How's everybody? Well, I'm obviously very pleased and happy with the results and the way we responded in the second half. A little lackluster in the first half, which is a little bit concerning, but was a concern going into the game, and something we tried to fight all week in terms of, guys being focused on what's happening right now, not being concerned about the future, and challenging themselves to play and having the proper respect for the team that we were playing. And I think those guys did a fantastic job. Derek's done a great job there, and they were certainly ready to play and did a good job of picking us a little bit in the first half. And their defense played a lot of 8-man fronts, and we threw the ball in the second half because it was really difficult to run it, and then we were able to run it a little better after we loosened them up a little bit. But made some good halftime adjustments, and I think the biggest thing is the players responded with a whole different sort of energy level, passion, enthusiasm, in the second half, which made all the difference in the world. And, as we've talked about before, that, when we don't have that, we become very average. And when we have it, we can be pretty good. So it's everybody's choice to do that and respond that way and be responsible and be ready to play. So, this is a big game for our fans. I'm very, very happy that we were able to come out in the second half and win this game. For a lot of people, that this game means a lot to. Certainly means a lot to me. It means a lot to us. I know it means a lot to our players, but I know it means a lot to the University of Alabama and all the people here. And we're just pleased and happy that we're able to get a win for them and make a lot of folks happy here in the state of Alabama and all over where we have Alabama supporters. The crowd was great today, and I think energized us a little bit in the second half, and that was really, a key for us.
Coach, early in the third quarter, after you'd scored to take the lead, they come back and have a fourth and inches, try a quarterback sneak. Talk about getting a stop there and then the decision to immediately go for the end zone when you did.
Well, we called timeout there because, they have a little history of running a quarterback sneak, and, they were going to come up to the line quick and not substitute personnel, and we were going to have to play it, in nickel or dime, which was not big people. And we called timeout, got the right guys in the game, and they actually ran a quarterback sneak. So our guys did a good job of penetrating the gaps. We gotten tight and just penetrated the gaps and knocked them back. And when you have a change of events like that, a momentum swing, it's not unusual to take a shot. And that's a play that we wanted to run. Sometime in the second half, and Kenny Bell did a great job, and AJ made a good throw.
Coach, you mentioned earlier in the week how effective Tennessee was offensively on third down. Tonight they were 2 out of 14. Could you comment on that aspect of the game for your defense?
Well, and the 2 that they made were 3rd down and 14 and on a draw, and 3rd down and 10 when we were playing zone. So, we probably defensively wanted to try to play zone in long yardage situations, and they took advantage of it, and we got a little more aggressive. I think we played better, and we certainly played better, as the game went on. But those couple 3rd downs that they converted in the first half really changed field position and were big conversions, and they were both long yardage. So, but we did a good job on 3rd down, and it's really key and important in the game to not let people continue drives, which we let them do in a couple times in the first half.
I know Tennessee probably ran the ball as effectively as anybody has this year. Did they do anything different?
No. We knew that this was one of the better running teams that we played. We had a lot of respect for their offensive line. We have a lot of respect for their runner. They ran it against us pretty good last year. So they didn't make any big plays. And I think that was the key to the game. They had a 14 or 15-yard run on a draw play on 3rd down and 14. But other than that, I think they didn't make any big plays, and that was a real key to not allowing them to score many points.
2 questions. First of all, what did you say at halftime? I'm sure a lot of people think that it was probably explosive in there, but obviously whatever happened in there changed the focus.
No, it really wasn't explosive. You know, I think the players were emotional about the situation and responded on their own based on who they were. But, you know, I challenged them to say, look, guys, y'all got a decision to make. You got 30 minutes to play a game. You all got to decide what you want. And then everybody's got to make a commitment to who you are, what kind of competitor you are, and what are you willing to do to get what you want. And that's where your intensity comes from, your energy, your passion, and your enthusiasm, which we didn't have much of in the first half, you know, on the bench, anywhere. So it's your choice. And there's no sense in stomping and jumping up and down, but do you want to do this? Are you willing to respond? And it's every guy to respond every play in the game like it has a history and a life of its own, and play that way every play in the game. And if we'll do that, we'll live with whatever result we get.
AJ seemed like he was a little off target in the first half, but then he comes out slinging it. I mean, every play that you seemed to have was for a first down or a touchdown.
Well, you know, AJ, I think, got a little bit spooked. They dropped 8 guys on him and got the pick early in the game, and that probably spooked him a little bit. We had some plays down the field, possibly in the first half, and he threw the check downs. But I think as the game went on, he played better and did a good job. We just, you know, we didn't run the ball. We got behind in the sticks. Didn't probably throw it enough on first down, because every time we threw it on first down, we had a successful play in the first half as well. So we got a lot of weapons. We got to use them.
Coach, now that LSU's the next game, I want to ask you, in the next 2 weeks, how do you manage the ball club to make sure that they don't peak too soon?
Well, I think the number one thing right now is, and I told them after the game, I said, hey, we don't have a game for 2 weeks. The number one thing we need to do right now is rest, get healed up. We had a lot of guys banged up going into this game, and we got to get healthy. And, you know, we need to fundamentally improve, and we will not start preparation on that game, because I'm not big on preparing for too long, because I think that's when players sort of get bored with what you're doing. So, you know, we'll have a normal week of preparation, work a lot on fundamentals, work on some of our other opponents. We'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and next week give the players 2 days off, then give them 3 days off. But I think we need it. You know, it's a tough run when you have 8 games in a row, and it's we don't have a bye week anywhere in there, which I think really can, you know, help your players heal up and sort of recover a little bit from an energy level. And I think this is a good time for us to be having a bye week, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of hype about this game, but I just think everybody needs to chill out mentally, physically, and every other way for a few days, and then we'll have plenty of time to get ready for that game.
Coach, your first drive of the second half, you hit 4 big pass plays in a row, and then first and goal, you call a pass play. AJ sneaks in there and runs it in for a touchdown. How much confidence did that give the offense going forward, and how vital was that to the game?
Well, you know, we just made a decision at halftime. I said, look, these guys are playing middle of the field closed, 8-man front every snap, overloading the box to the tight end side, and I said, you got to throw the ball. We got to throw the ball on first down. And you know, we did, and we had success. But, you know, it's hard to cover those passes when you're playing, you know, deep over routes and post routes and those types of routes. And we did a good job of throwing them and catching them and made some big plays. And I think that opened up the game for us a little bit. Then we're able to run it a little better, you know, after that as well.
Coach, kickoff coverage, and opponent starting position was so much better this week. Is that something you worked on this past week? And if not, what do you attribute that to?
No, we worked on it very, very hard. You know, we do a lot of self-analysis. You're not the only one that analyzes what we do, you know. We kind of, that's what we do. So when they return kickoffs like they did last week at Ole Miss, and we spent a lot of time covering them, and you know, we had taken Darrell off, and we put him back on, put everybody back in the same spots, and you know, just worked at the fundamentals, because we did a fundamentally poor job in terms of dodging blocks the wrong way and getting guys out of position, and it was very costly. I think the players learned from it, they responded to it, and did a much better job today.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.